Now, it's no secret that I myself am a horror fanatic. You've probably seen me, dick ride the entire genre for the past, 3 videos that are on my channel, but I just can't get enough of the damn thing. Seeing the new perspectives of fear, maybe in a poltergeist form, or in a zombie form, or whatever the hell this is always just extremely intriguing to the point where you just have to sit down and play the game. I always love how developers take something that they think can be scary to the viewer and mold it into an either memorable game or even just a memorable scene in a game. If it isn't focused on horror, of course. Like even something as simple as Batman Arkham Knight, where at any given moment you'll grapple to a building thinking you're about to beat up some dumbass criminal, but instead there's Man-Bat to make you jump out of your chair and make you piss your entire pants because let's face it, we all know you're just a coward and was not expecting this in a superhero game. Just stuff that is simple as that, where the developers completely think outside of the box to make an unexpected yet long-lasting horror sequence is always something that I just cherish, because I absolutely adore the creativity being shown to keep the player hooked in the game while also being completely terrified. Which is why today I will be talking about a retail horror game. Night of the Living Consumers is a survival horror made by the indie team known as Germ Food. Night of the Living Consumers came out in 2020 when everyone was in a panic at every store during the entire... I can't say that word. You already know what I'm talking about. It's pretty much given at this point, but I just want to get the 3 cents I'll make off of this video. Please, Susan. And I know I'm technically 2 years late to the game, but it's just too much of a good game to not talk about. Like, already, if you just go ahead and take a look at the cover art, it just looks so unappealing, but somehow it's also incredibly fascinating to look at. Like, Germ Food's art style alone with all the releases have this uneasy sense in a good way. You know, I'm the type of guy who enjoys the low polygons yet high pixels, as I believe it adds a level of, corruption to the game. But, that's just the cover art. Is it really any fun to play? Well, hell yeah it is. Night of the Living Consumers is about you becoming a part-time stalker at a grocery store. Your goal of the game is to make it through the entire shift without getting a talking with your manager after unhappy customers talk their shit about you, while also stocking all the aisles in the store. The concept alone is very easy enough. Hell, the game takes about 20 minutes to play, maybe 30 if you're having troubles with the game, but the game just feels so full of life when playing and so oddly realistic to how much of a bitch retail can really be. Like, take a look at the few characters that are in the game. You have the coworker that is hating everything about their job, from the annoying customers to the dangerously controlling manager. They are really your only friend in this game, as they very much know what you're going through and vice versa. You then have the manager who doesn't give a shit about their employees and will do anything it takes to have a happy customer. You then have Lester. Yeah, he made a customer unhappy and the manager didn't like that. Not gonna lie, it's a pretty cool Easter egg seeing Lester here. You get to hear like one line about Lester, and you see some posters about how he's the employee of the month but also missing, so if that you're attentive enough, you'll find out that he never went missing but rather died in the walls that he worked at. Sort of like he was condemned to this place since the hiring. But I digress, as even how the customers act when playing this game is of course hyperbolized for entertainment purposes, but is also somewhat down to earth. In the game, you run to employee-only areas to not encounter them. If you're out in the store area and you're stocking or really doing anything, a customer will beeline it to you, interrupt what you're doing in a pretty good jump scare. God, is that fucking Nick Cotto Avocado? And then will very rudely help you make them find what they are looking for. And once you complete a request by the customer, the next one will have a shorter time frame for you to help them. So the more time you get caught by the customers, the faster they want you to work. It's a pretty cool concept about how the customers work, if I'm being honest, as it's no secret that everyone who has worked retail has encountered this type of dickhead customer, which just makes the game all the more fun. Like, even the music in the game feels so in place. Like, when you're stocking, you hear a nice ambient store music you hear in every single Walmart, but once you hear that chalkboard screeching, "Excuse me," the music becomes a fast-paced, intense, like it's this interaction that might become a life or death scenario. And don't get me started with that goddamn baby noise. Even the store looks so interesting. You have a section of the store dedicated to Halloween products. You have end caps that show featured products and whatnot, and the products that you're putting up are all pretty cool to look at when you're stocking them. Like, even what's going on outside the store looks looks so cool with the zombie-like customers breaking open the window. It's just pretty obvious that Germ Food took a lot of time creating the scenery of the store, as it's just an interesting place to be at. All in all, this game is a fucking blast to play. It's free on itch.io, and I really recommend this game. It's not for everyone, no doubt, and it might not blow your socks off in terms of how scary it is, but it's a good game to sit down and experience if you haven't already. But with that said, I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, maybe hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you all later. Bye for now.